Hi there, I'm Sarah White from ourdailycraft.com, and I used to say welcome to our weekly craft, but I haven't done one of these videos in a really long time where I was showing you my face, so hi again. I just have kind of missed doing this, and also had some things on my mind this week that I wanted to share, so I thought I'd be back with some crafty, creative talk. It's been kind of a weird, hard week as I film this. A couple of people I know have lost a couple of people important to them, and we're coming up on the anniversaries of losing a couple of dear to us people who died last year. And it's just been weighing heavily on me, and I'm thinking, as I often am, about legacy and like what I want to produce with this life, which brings me to I am working on this fun little colorful number, which is a fast fashion sweater by Sophia Tully, aka the Drunk Knitter. It's just a really simple top-down circular yoke cropped sweater, and I'm using Lion Brand Ogo. This is the Red Heart Super Saver kind of, but it's stripes, which is fun. And it's the strangest. I think they're just continuing the Ogo format, which is good, probably good because it's weird. But anyway, so thinking about legacy and what I'm here to make literally and figuratively, and like the things that I pass on to my child, to other people, what I just put out into the universe. And I always come back to, I just want to make the world a little more interesting, a little more colorful, a little more creative. And if I can encourage anyone to start making things again, to start making things for the first time, I think that's really what I want my legacy to be. So, and I'm so privileged to have been able to do that through teaching and what I do on my blog and all of that. So just continuing more of that is sort of my hope. And then there are some more big projects that I want to do. And this year for me is kind of about trying to do some of those big, whether it's like a complicated knitting project or some kind of crochet that I've never done before, or trying different media or any of that sort of stuff. I kind of want to explore more this year and share more of what I'm doing, even when it's not things that I'm necessarily blogging about. In the midst of this thinking, came the news that the artist Faith Ringgold passed. She, if you don't know her, I will leave some information for you to learn about her in the show notes, but she was an artist, a feminist, a civil rights agitator. She worked with the Black Panthers. She was famous for very colorful work. She did what were known as story quilts, and so they were fabric quilts, but she also painted on them, and she literally wrote stories on them, and so they told stories that were depicted in the images. And this led to a later in life career or projects as doing children's books related to some of the art that she had made. And she's just super fascinating and wonderful inspiration to people who make art and who maybe are not as easily defined as doing one thing, because she did so much in different genres and media and all of that. I'm gonna cough real fast. Excuse me, the allergy season has been real in Arkansas this year, and it is messing me up. But and everybody, have said beautiful things about her. But there was something that rankled me in her obituary from the New York Times, and I wrote it down because I wanted to make sure that I got it right. The hallmarks of Ms. Ringgold's style included the integration of craft materials like fabric, beads, and thread with fine art materials like paint and canvas. You can probably guess why this rankled me, because I have talked about this before, about the separation of art and craft. And why does it exist? Sexism. But, and should it exist? No. I don't mind the word craft. It's right there in my name. But I feel like there should not be the separation of, especially like that, materials being the definition. Like, because I use yarn, I'm crafting. Because this person uses paint, they're making art. So when I'm painting, am I an artist? When I'm crocheting, I'm a crafter. When she's using just paint, is she a more important artist? Are the G's Bend quilters not artists because they only use fabric and thread? That's ridiculous, right? So why can't it just all be art? Why can't we just make things and not put labels on them? And I know, like I said, I've talked about this before, and it just continues to, maybe that is part of my purpose too, right? Is that encouraging people to remove the distinctions and stop trying to differentiate art from craft, particularly in such a ridiculous way as saying that the materials that are being used define what is art and what is craft. And I don't think that's really what they meant, but that's literally what it says. The integration of craft materials with fine art materials implies really hard to me that craft materials are not used to make art and art materials are not used to craft, which is ridiculous, right? So anyway, I just needed to get that off my chest today, and encourage you to learn more about Faith Ringgold, because she was amazing. Her work is amazing. Her work is art. Our work is art. Our life is art, right? And maybe that too is, both for myself and for everyone else, is to realize and live and work from that perspective of that life is a work of art, and everything you do is your art and your craft, if you want to throw in the craft language as well. But being craft does not eliminate being art, right? So like I said, I use the word craft all the time, and maybe I have thought of some of the things that I make as crafts, but it's all art. It's all expression. It's all personal. It's all beautiful. And it's all what we need more of in the world. So I hope that you can take that feeling into the day, week, whatever, as you're watching this, that it can inspire you to go make something, maybe push the limits of your own thought of what art is, and think about what it means to live your life as if it were a work of art, because it is. So anyway, I hope that I will get back in the habit of doing these more often. I enjoy the time and the way to talk through things that not necessarily would become a blog post or an Instagram post or whatever. So maybe I'll see you again soon. If you have thoughts on art versus craft, the art of your life, all that kind of good stuff, I would love to hear them in the comments. And if this has resonated with you, give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon.